Good afternoon. Welcome to Tribune News on Q, your go-to afternoon news source, only here at the Daily Tribune. We are now live at Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on YouTube, and a Daily Tribune official on TikTok. For today's headlines. The Department of Public Works and Highways said its documents were safe after a fire that broke out at the agency's Cordillera Regional Office in Baguio City on this afternoon of the 14th of January 2026 was immediately contained. Interior and Local Government Secretary John Vicremulla on Thursday said the department will be offering a reward for information leading to the arrest of gaming tycoon Charlie Atong-Ang. Acting Budget Secretary Rolando Toledo on Wednesday dismissed claims of critics that the government will not be able to provide the increase in the base pay and benefits of active military and uniformed personnel this year. The Supreme Court has extended the deadline for successful 2025 bar examinees to complete their mandatory clearance requirements. Billionaire Enrique Razon has filed cyber libel complaints against suspended Cavite Representative Francisco Kiko Barsaga over his pronouncements against the business tycoon. The Department of Trade and Industry is rolling out incentives to lower operating costs for Philippine garment manufacturers amid what is described as, quote, tighter global competition. K-pop powerhouse Blackpink is set to return with new music in February, announcing the release of their third extended play, Deadline. Football's global governing body, FIFA, said Wednesday it had received more than 500 million requests for tickets to this year's World Cup, despite rumbling controversy over sky-high prices to attend the event. Today is the 15th of January, Thursday, and I'm Eliana Lacap, bringing you today's top stories. Let's get started. The Department of Public Works and Highways says its documents were safe after a fire that broke out at the agency's Cordillera Regional Office in Baguio City on this afternoon of the 14th of January 2026 was immediately contained. Documents could have been destroyed as flames reached a portion of the financial management records section of the DPWH Cordillera office. Prior to the arrival of the firefighters, a utility worker reportedly noticed smoke coming from the room and immediately alerted security personnel and nearby staff. Together, they initially battled the blaze using 10-pound fire extinguishers. Now, Interior and Local Government Secretary John Vicremulla on Thursday said the department will be offering a reward for information leading to the arrest of gaming tycoon Charlie Atong-Ang. He said, and quote, "We'll be having a meeting later, and we will give our reward, and we will announce it later this afternoon to really apply the pressure and have him turned over to us," Remulla said in an interview. "Maybe 10 million, that'd be enough," the DILG chief said. Now, Acting Budget Secretary Rolando Toledo on Wednesday dismissed the claims of critics that the government will not be able to provide the increase in base pay and benefits of active military and uniformed personnel this year after President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. vetoed its funding in the on-program appropriations in the national budget. According to Toledo, the government would be able to pay the first tranche of the increase in the salaries of the MUP starting this January, in compliance with Marcos's Executive Order Number 107. With the development, the Marcos administration is also reviving the supposedly shelved plan to review the current pension system for MUPs, which economic managers have criticized as fiscally unsustainable. Now, the Supreme Court has extended the deadline for successful 2025 bar examinees to complete their mandatory clearance requirements. The Office of the Bar Confidant said the cutoff for the clearance process has been moved to 3 o'clock p.m. on Monday, 19th of January 2026. The extension allows examinees additional time to complete their requirements through the BAR integrated system for tracking applications, where applicants' profiles must be marked compiled to indicate full compliance. Now, billionaire Enrique Razon has filed cyber libel complaints against suspended Cavite Representative Francisco Kiko Barsaga over his pronouncements against the business tycoon. Razon filed the complaints against Barsaga before the Makati City Prosecutor's Office on Wednesday, January 14th. The complaint centers on a January 9th Facebook post by Barsaga, alleging that Razon bribed the lawmakers of the National Unity Party at Soler to support Speaker Martin Romualdez' leadership, according to Razon's lawyer, Lawrence Arroyo, citing emotional distress and reputational damage. Razon is suing for 2 counts of cyber libel and is seeking 100 million peso in moral damages and an additional 10 million pesos in exemplary damages, according to media reports. Now, the Department of Trade and Industry is rolling out incentives to lower operating costs for Philippine garment manufacturers amid what is described as tighter global competition. These incentives are mandated by the Corporate Recovery and Tax Incentives for Enterprises to maximize opportunities for reinvigorating the economy, or quote, Creative More Act. New projects or subsidiaries of existing garment firms may now avail of a 100% additional deduction on power-related expenses and a 50% additional deduction on direct labor costs. The Philippine stock prices ended mixed, with the benchmark PSEI rising 27.38 points or 0.43% to 6,417.19, supported by gains in holding firms, property, and financial stocks. The broader all-shares index also inched up 0.18% to 3,642.63, reflecting selective buying across the market. Most sectoral indices closed higher, led by property plus 0.82%, holding firms plus 0.68%, and financials plus 0.63%. However, losses were recorded in mining and oil, negative 0.85%, and industrial, negative 0.24%, and services with negative 0.08%, which tempered overall market gains. And for our entertainment news, K-pop powerhouse Blackpink is set to return with new music in February, announcing the release of their third EP, Deadline. Through a teaser video posted on their official social media channels on Wednesday, January 14th, the four-member group revealed that the EP will be released on February 27 at 12 p.m. Philippine time. The 19-second clip offered no further details about the track list or concept. And for our sports news, football's global governing body, FIFA, said Wednesday it had received more than 500 million requests for tickets to this year's World Cup, despite rumbling controversy over sky-high prices to attend the event. FIFA said in a statement it had received applications from fans in all of its 211 member nations and territories for the tournament staged in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Outside of the tournament's host nations, FIFA said the heaviest demand came from fans in Germany, England, Brazil, Spain, Portugal, Argentina, and Colombia. And for this afternoon's trivia, on January 15, 1914, Isabel Rosario Cooper, also known as Dimples, a Filipino film actress recipient of the first on-screen kiss in Philippine cinema, was born in Manila. Isabel appeared in a few Filipino films starting in 1925 under the screen name Chabing. Two of her films were Miracles of Love and Ang Tatlong Hambog. For our viral story, a TikTok user shared a clip of his father trying matcha for the first time. The father was dissatisfied with the taste and could not describe it, so he asked if it was made from malunggay. That's all for now. Join us again at 4:30 p.m. still here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on YouTube, and a Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. Once again, I'm Eliana Lacap, and this has been Tribune News on Q.